Today we will discuss about the poem The Lotus Eaters, written by the great Victorian poet Alfred Lord Tennyson. Introduction of the poem. Poem was this poem, The Lotus Eaters, was written by Alfred Lord Tennyson, who was the first Baron Tennyson. This poem was first published in Tennyson's 1832 poetry collection. It is inspired by his trip to Spain with his close friend Arthur Hallam, where they visited the Pyrenees Mountains. He describes a group of mariners who, upon eating the lotus, are put into an altered state and isolated from the outside world. The title and concept derives from the lotus eaters in Greek mythology. Background of the poem. In the summer of 1829, Tennyson and his friend Arthur Hallam make a trek into conflict-torn northern Spain. The scenery and experience influenced a few of his poems, included Onion, The Lotus Eaters, and Mariana in the South. These three poems and some others were later revised for Tennyson's 1842 collection. In this revision, Tennyson takes the opportunity to rewrite a section of the Lotus Eaters by inserting a new stanza before the final stanza. The new stanza describes how someone may have the feelings of wholeness even when there is great loss. It is alleged by some that the stanza refers to the sense of loss felt by Tennyson upon the death of Hallam in 1833. Theme of the poem. This poem is based on Homer's Odyssey, chapter 9, which describes a visit by Ulysses and his men to the home of lotus eaters, also lotus, on their way home from the Trojan War. Those who ate of the honey sweet fruit of the lotus tree became indolent and forgot their homes. Let's start the poem. Courage, he said, and pointed toward the land. This mounting wave will roll us shoreward soon. In the afternoon they came unto a land in which it seemed always afternoon. All round the coast the languid air did soon. The poem begins with the Odysseus of Ithaca, means the king driving his men onward through mounting waves. They are in the midst of their 10 years journey home from the Battle of Troy. Tennyson's poem begins with after Zeus has swept Odysseus' boat along to the land of lotus eaters, as can be read in Homer's Odyssey. He adds in and embellishes details that Homer started. Odysseus is encouraging his men by saying courage, telling them to have courage in the face of these mighty waves that Zeus has sent them. This next one, he tells them, will surely roll us shoreward soon. His words end up being true, and the men are brought to land by that afternoon. The speaker of the poem then gives the reader a number of details regarding the land to which they have come. Breathing like one that had a weary dream, full faced above the valley stood the moon, and like a downward smoke, the slender stream along the cliff to fall and fall did seem. It is a place that, no matter the time of the day, seems to perpetually exist in the afternoon. This could be due to the heat or activities of those that reside on the island. The air seems to move very slowly around the island. It is languid and soon. These words foreshadow the change that will soon come over the main as they taste the lotus fruit. The air of the land is further compared to breathing, as if is in a dream. Each breath is long and requires effort. The moon is standing full faced above the valley, and from there a stream waves its way along the cliff, pausing and falling again and again. A land of streams, some like a downward smoke. Ulysses is sharing the amazement he and Odysseus' party feel upon seeing this land. It seems to them to be a land of streams, slow dropping veils of thinnest lawn did go, and some through wavering lights and shadows broke, rolling a slumberous sheet of foam below. They saw the gleaming river seaward flow. There are all different kinds around them, some thin, some lumbering and powerful. Each of these streams connect to one river that is flowing seaward. From the inner land, far off, three mountain tops, three silent pinnacles of aged snow, stood sunset flushed and dewed with showery drops. Up clomb the shadowy pine above the woven copse. Far in the distance, the travelers and the omniscient narrator are able to see three mountain tops that are like three old monuments of aged snow. They are standing strong in the sunlight, unrelenting to the barmouth. There is mention of a shadowy pine, one dominating pine tree that is covered with dew and appears to upclimb or climb up the woven copse or small grouping of trees. This one larger tree is grander grander than the rest, and it only seems to grow larger as they stare at the scene before them. The charmed sunset lingering low down in the red west through mountain cleft the dell was seen far inland, the yellow down bordered with palm, and many a winding vale and meadow set with the slender galingale. The sun is setting when they arrive. Afternoon, afternoon is moving on, and but it is not moving quickly. It has lingered slow, endoing the best with red. The speaker and the travelers can see through or through the mountains to what is a dale or large valley. Further in the distance, even though they have just landed and are at sea level. They are still high enough to see far into the distance. The land seems to be bordered with palm trees and many a wandering vale and meadow. A land where all things always seem the same and round like the keel, with the faces pale, dark faces pale against that rosy flame. The mild-eyed melancholy lotus eaters came. In these places and in the meadows, the speaker is able to see galingale, a type of seas found in Europe and Asia. This land is one in which of these things are equally beautiful. They are all a part of one another and make up the living environment. The men are still on the boat as the speaker describes them, looking down and seeing that while they have been entranced by the land, the lotus eaters have come. They have gathered around the keel of the ship and are looking up at them with their mild melancholy eyes and pale or dark faces. So, this is the introduction part of the poem, and uh, first 2 3 stanzas that we have read in this video. Next stanzas we will read in next video. Thank you so much.